Grant Fletcher.
Good evening. How's everyone doing tonight? My name is Grant Fletcher. I've been told I have 5 minutes. I'll let you know I've never lasted 5 minutes in my life. But I've been practicing. I practice in the shower. The problem is when I do things in public that I do in the shower, I sometimes get arrested. It is nice to be back in Rochester now. I'm from this area originally, and oftentimes people say, what's the biggest difference between Rochester and Syracuse? And of all things, it's barbecue restaurants. Now, both places have the dinosaur, so they wipe each other out. But here in Rochester, you have Sticky Lips and Bad to the Bone and cool name places. In Syracuse, we have the Limp Lizard. Because I am in Syracuse, my family often comes over to visit me, and they came over for the holiday weekend. And I noticed something when they're all at the pool, and I have nieces and nephews. I have this one nephew that is jumping in and out of the pool. And when he's getting out of the pool, climbing up the ladder, he's doing this. There's a very well-endowed woman right there by the ladder. He's checking her out. So I'm going to take his pointer. I start walking around the pool doing the same thing. All of a sudden, he pushes me in. I was cock-blocked by a 7-year-old. Much of the material I'm doing tonight is new. I'm told in comedy that's not a good thing. It's sort of like having sex for the first time with a new person. You think you're going to be the natural, but it's more like it's gone in 60 seconds. There are certain words that guys just don't want to hear. Am I right, guys? Vasectomy, circumcision, I'm late. For guys with small penises, it's StubHub. Has anyone ever been hypnotized? Put it on your bucket list. It is the coolest thing in the world. Since I've been hypnotized, I have lost 60 pounds. I've given up a nicotine habit, and I can only pee sitting down.
Hey, fucked you up, man.
My former wife didn't understand this whole comedy thing. She goes, so you get up on stage and you have a certain amount of time to make people laugh. And I said, yeah. And she goes, and when you're done, they give you a light. And I said, yeah. So a couple nights later, we go upstairs and we start getting hot and heavy. And she says, I'm going to try that comedy thing tonight. You have 5 minutes to pleasure me. At 4 minutes, I'm giving you 1 light. At 4 minutes and 30 seconds, I'm giving you 2 lights. And at 5 minutes in, I'm tapping you on the head and I'm replacing you with my jackrabbit. And it's so much different being single now than it was the first time around. I recently celebrated a birthday and I went out, and of all things, I hooked up. I knew it probably was going to happen because I noticed her tramp stamp was an Easy Pass tag. To try and get me back into this whole dating thing, I've been watching the show Millionaire Matchmaker. Anyone into this show at all? Don't be embarrassed. It's a cool show. I like her philosophy. It's no sex before monogamy. Well, the first time I heard it, I thought she said no sex before monopoly. So I showed up in a top hat carrying a little dog. A couple nights later, we go outside. She knew every guy in the place. She must have been the community chest. She was into tantric sex. I had to learn how to play Jenga. She sent me an email saying, I'm late. I brought operation. I'm Grant Fletcher. That's my time. Thank you very much.
Grant Fletcher, right, everybody? Let's start this off.